Hello, and welcome back to St. Teresa's Calcutta School. It's going to be a very unique and exciting year here at St. Teresa, and Ms. Dixon and I would like to welcome all of our students and families back for another exciting school year.
We know that this year is a new year. We'll have many new days and also a new style of learning at St. Teresa of Calcutta School. We're anxious to see everyone and to welcome you back into STC so that we can begin a new school year.
So let's go in and see what's new at STC.
So boys and girls and moms and dads, along our wall here, I have some samples of the signs that will be hanging on the walls throughout our school building. Just want to point out to you that this one says, wash your hands and 2 pumps of soap. Now these have been in our bathrooms during the last couple school years. But again, it's a reminder for everyone to be able to wash their hands, to use enough soap to be able to get rid of all those germs. You will see some other signs. This one particular sign talks about the germs that are all around us. And this sign shows us ways that we can stop the spread of germs by washing our hands, by wearing a face covering, by coughing, by covering your cough and sneezes, and making sure that we are 6 feet apart from one another. Up here is another sign that you'll see around our school building. Talks about exactly how to wash and scrub your hands, rinse them, and then dry them. And then this sign talks about the different greetings that we can give one another since we won't be in close contact with each other. So we can give an elbow bump or a foot bump or wave. We can salute our friends or give them some spirit fingers. But you'll see as we get back into school what's the best way to say hello and to greet your classmates.
Entering school is going to be a little bit different also. Once you come into the lobby area, most people will stay in the lobby area and talk to the receptionist through the microphone. All business should be done from the lobby. Anyone who comes into the reception area will recognize the fact that the furniture has been realigned in the reception area to maintain social distancing from those in the chairs, and also the plexiglass shields has been up to protect the receptionist from any germs that might come into the building in this way. Okay, we continue to move through the building for some of the other changes that are taking place in the sensitivity to COVID-19. And here we are in our nurse's suite where the nurse will be attending to anyone who is ill.
As you can see, we have a couple new items here in the nurse's office. There is a plexiglass shield here that will protect the nurse. We have different size masks. We have gloves. We have a new cart, a portable cart that the nurse will be able to use on both upstairs on the 2nd floor and downstairs on the 1st floor. We have more protective gear here for the nurse to be able to use, and her cart is filled with all the necessary items that she'll need if she has to triage any students in any of the classrooms. Boys and girls, as most of you will remember, these are our boys and girls bathrooms. Our bathrooms will be sanitized every night, but during the course of the school day, the bathrooms will be cleaned throughout the day. As we go through the building, you notice other high-touch areas. Those areas will be cleaned during the day as well. I want to show you over here where the water fountains are. Many of you come in here after gym class to get a drink of water. Sometimes you have a drink of water after lunch. So our water fountains are covered up. We've asked your parents to please send water into school, either for your snack, for lunch, and especially a little bit more water on your gym days, because you won't be able to use the water fountains, but you will need to have water to drink. I want to point out to you that we have 2 more signs here, and again, boys and girls, you'll see lots of these signs as you go through the school building. Here is the red sign that reminds everybody to stay 6 feet apart, and we call that social distancing. And this sign talks about how to stop the spread of germs. So we'll talk lots more about that when you come back to school.
Okay, now we're going to move to the second floor. And of course, getting to the second floor is using our staircase. And these railings are used by all of our students and faculty throughout the day. And so they will be sanitized in very special ways every day, all throughout the day. Now as we begin to check out our classrooms, we realize that the students will be eating lunch in their classrooms. And so they're going to need to wash their hands before and after lunch. So we do have the availability of the bathrooms, and some of the classrooms have sinks in them. But our portable hand washing machines will also be available throughout the school to assist the students in washing their hands before lunch and after lunch. And then we proceed into the classroom. So this is what our classrooms look like. According to CDC guidelines, all of our desks are spaced 6 feet apart, and there are no more than 25 students in every classroom. In this classroom, there's 23, and this is the third grade. And Mrs. Martelli has helped her third graders by putting red dots on the floor as to where they put their desks so that they know that they're always being kept 6 feet apart. And you're realizing in this measurement, it's the student that's 6 feet apart from each other, not so much the desk itself. Each of the students will get a supply box beginning each year, and in the supply box, we'll have the Clorox wipes, we'll have tissues, we'll have paper towels, everything to help the students to stay as healthy as possible. One of the things that is recommended by the CDC is to increase the ventilation within the school buildings. The doors will remain open, and our classroom windows will remain open as much as the weather permits them to, so that ventilation can continue to take place throughout the day in each of the classrooms.
In the classroom today, we're showing you the sanitizing machine, one of the new sanitizing machines that we have. This machine will be used every night to sanitize every classroom. It will be used during the day to sanitize high-touch areas. Father showed you coming up the steps, the stair rails. All of those will be sanitized by this machine. So we're happy to show you this today, and we're happy that we have this in order to be able to keep our building free of the germs.
Of course, coming back to this year at St. Teresa of Calcutta, we have the options of virtual learning and in-classroom learning. And all of our classrooms have been set up to accommodate those virtual learners at home, and all of our faculty have been trained and taught about how to be able to do that to the best of their ability. And Mrs. Martelli is going to explain to us how virtual and in-classroom education works for St. Teresa of Calcutta. Mrs. Martelli.
Okay, so if you are in front of me in the classroom, you will see me here. If you are at home, you will see me on your laptop. The camera is on my desk. It will be pointing to me and the smartboard, and you will be able to participate just as you would in the classroom. I will be able to see the children on a Chromebook via a Google Meet, and they can raise their hand and they can participate as much as they like.
Parents, for those of you who purchased a desk shield, we expect that the desk shields will be delivered shortly. We have a couple volunteers who want to come up and be able to put them together and put them right here, right on top of the desk. So we expect that they will come from this part of the desk up to the top and across the front and be approximately this high. When the children are finished eating their lunches, they will dispose of all of their paper goods and any trash or garbage over here, and then they will wash their hands. As you know, some of our children go out first for recess and then come back in to eat. Some children eat first in the classroom and then go out for recess. So the teachers will monitor, and the lunch moms will monitor the washing of the hands. So everyone will wash his or her hands before they eat lunch. Everyone will wash his or her hands after they eat lunch. That's why we have the added hand washing machine, and we have the 2 classrooms that have sinks in addition to the 2 bathrooms on this floor. So we think that we have enough washing machine and hand washing systems so that everyone will be able to be clean when they are ready to eat and then when they're ready to come back into the classroom. So many of you have questions about the children wearing masks. We know that the latest guidance from the Department of Education says that the children will be wearing masks while they're here in school. I want you to know that the Montgomery County Department of Health and the Pennsylvania Department of Education in their latest guidance tell us that the children will be allowed to take mask breaks during the day, and that breaks wouldn't go for more than 10 minutes. So we expect that when the children first come back to school, there will probably be many, many mask breaks during the day. There is no limit. If children are hot, they'll need to be able to tell their teacher so that the teacher will be able to determine if they can take it, when they can take a mask break. But we also understand that as school becomes routine and weather changes, some of that may or may not change. I want you to know, again, there's no limit on the number of mask breaks that a class may have. The teacher will determine, the teacher will know when the children need to have a break. Some breaks could be 5 minutes, some breaks might be 3 minutes, depending on how the children are doing. That is one thing that the teachers will monitor on a regular basis. So I want you to be sure that the children will have as many breaks as they need during the course of the day as they're getting used to wearing the masks in school.
To be able to maximize the education at St. Teresa of Calcutta School in any year, we always take advantage of our Chromebooks that we've had in all of our classrooms and for all of our students. And certainly it is very important this year as we're balancing the in-class and the virtual learning components of our school. So these Chromebooks are going to get worked out an awful lot. And we've been able to acquire infrared cleaners to be able to sanitize each of the Chromebooks by using this infrared light to take away all the germs without destroying the Chromebook, but also cleansing it and taking all of the germs off of the book themselves.
As we're coming close to the end of our tour, boys and girls, we're back here in the lobby, and it's a beautiful day today at STC, and I want you to know that I've asked your teachers to take you outside for as many breaks as you need during the course of the day. You won't be moving from class to class like you normally do, so you'll need to get outside and get some fresh air. And in addition to that, some of your teachers have asked if they can teach a class outside, so don't be surprised if you find your teacher teaching you either a math class or social studies. Not so sure about science, but probably religion and maybe some of our ELA subjects outside. If it's a beautiful day, if the sun is shining and we have no rain, you'll be able to go outside onto the campus and even have opportunities to learn while you're outside.
I want to thank all of you for joining us for this video to get a view as to what it looks like coming to school at St. Teresa of Calcutta this September. It will be an exciting time, and every year we are always dependent upon our school community working together as a family. Our parents, our students, our faculty, our administration, everyone coming together to be able to create a wonderful educational environment, and there's no reason why this year that cannot happen again. You've seen some of the changes that have taken place, some of the ways in which we are going to continue to make the education at St. Teresa the best that it possibly can. We want to thank you for being with us on this tour and looking forward to having you back in a few weeks and so forth to be able to celebrate this wonderful school year here at St. Teresa. And until then, God bless you and stay safe.